Hello, everyone. It is a Monday. It is a news roundup time, and there's a bunch to talk about. So I will thank you guys very much for watching. I will say you can go get 10% off down at Entertainment Earth if you use my link that's in the description. Thank you for liking, subscribing, etc. So, all right, we got all that stuff out of the way very quickly. Okay, because we got to get into things. So, with 2 weeks left to go, Deathsaurus has officially reached its initial funding goal. It is 12,342 backers as of this recording, out of a targeted 11,000, meaning yes, as long as there isn't a mass flood of cancellations, this toy is actually happening, which is absolutely awesome to hear. From here on out, we just find out how much better it gets. Now, it's important to note that I checked this last night, and it was just shy of 11,000. Then all of a sudden, it's got probably like another 1,500 backers behind it, more than it had before. So apparently, so all the internationals are open at this point, but if it's anything like previous HasLab campaigns, all that's going to get dropped in at the very end. So like Japan, where this should be a very, very sought after toy, we're probably not going to see the results of that until the very end of the campaign, probably even after the timer goes away. So we'll have to wait, till like probably the day after before we see like a final funding total and see how much we're actually going to get. But right now, this means that we are about 1,200 away or so of getting the living metal destroying cannon, which is such a wordy name I always forget. Also, it would also come with his flail, so he gets his extra accessories, some blast effects too. All right, and then at 17,000 we get the throne/flight stand, which is definitely a big step up from a standard flight stand that Star Saber came with. I'll repeat the same criticism and concern I have, is that there have been Star Sabers getting out that have not had the best QC with them. So the goal of getting Star Saber in people's hands before the end of this is going to make or break those stretch goals. If a lot of Star Sabers come up as lemons, I could see a lot of people dropping out of this and not making all of its goals. But if Star Saber blows it out of the water, I foresee all of those happening. So, it's a gamble on Hasbro's part, and I hope it pays off, because I want to see everything. So, that out of the way, we can talk about other things. What else can we talk about as I try to mess with OBS here? Apologies. So, next up, let's get the right tab. Let's go into the biggest news of the week, and that is 2 Studio Series figures for Rise of the Beast dropping, Airazor and Battletrap. And the Airazor, let's start with Airazor. We've kind of talked about Airazor before. It is an upscaled version of Kingdom Airazor. It's using the same transformation engineering, which is a bit of a shortcut to developing a figure. And for some reason, we got to get past Battletrap because we got to talk about Battletrap better. And for some reason, it just looks worse than the first Rise of the Beast Airazor toy we saw, and that's really confusing. But it is what it is. I expect Airazor to look more like this, since this is Studio Series. I feel like they have to be a lot more accurate. And this is very much a movie-esque head with some elements of Airazor's design in there. So expect this to be a lot closer to how she actually looks in the movie. I mean, the toy is okay. It's just not nearly as good as that other one we saw. We talked about her, though. Let's go into Battletrap. We didn't get to talk about Battletrap. Oh, my God. Look at this guy. Look at him. Look at the head. Look at those. Look at that eyebrow. That eyebrow goes so hard. I love the look of this thing. It looks like it's a very bulky vehicle mode that's making a very solid looking character. Not a whole lot of junk hanging off of him. Not a whole lot of backpack. I like the divide in the hood chest, so it's not like a typical style. He's got a bulkhead wrecking ball, which for a second made me go, is this like a heavy retool of bulkhead? But it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's completely its own thing, which is very, very cool to see. And yeah, just all the way around, this thing looks so good. There's the tow truck mode, the wrecker ball in the back. It's just a super cool looking figure. Like, you know, and it's a design that doesn't go so heavy into the movie aesthetic. This is this relieves a little bit of concern I had with the upcoming movie, is that going back to the big budget, I was worried they go back to the Bay style of things. But he's a very bright Decepticon. Like, he's going to be very easy to spot and identify in the movie. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Yeah, that just looks so good. I'm looking forward to this one. All right, so what else do we have on the docket? We have in-hand shots for Masterpiece 56 Trailbreaker. Now, if you've followed this channel long enough, you know I really like my Trailbreaker. So this has had me interested. Though I will admit, the longer I actually look at these and the more photos come out, I think the less sold I am on this toy. Like, there's something about those tiny little floating shoulder blocks that doesn't work for me. His torso looks a little bit too wide for his legs. The head might be a little bit too big. There's some proportion issues with him that kind of get on my nerves and make me kind of question if I want to keep my pre-order or not. The transformation looks clever enough. You know, it's modern Masterpiece, so it's pretty involved looking. I'm not, like I said, I'm not totally sure. This one may not be it for me, which is disappointing because I put off so many third-party Trailbreakers that aren't available anymore. Finally getting the official one and going, you know what? I kind of wish I had one of the third-party ones. I don't know. Maybe some other photos will come out. They'll make it a little bit more flattering. Maybe I'll keep it. Maybe I won't. I have no idea. But that's one reason why I'm happy with leaks, because it does help inform future buying decisions. All right, and speaking of in-hand shots, yes, someone did a review of Hot Shot. Yeah, okay, fine. We gotta talk about him again. Fine. There's not a whole lot more to say. Like, it's showing off a lot of his range of articulation, showing him from a lot of different angles. Like, sculpting-wise, proportion-wise, he looks absolutely fine. He's very impressive. I'm still not happy with how much bulk there is to the legs. I'm not happy with how the legs look at certain angles. Not happy about the windshields and the top of the car affecting the level of knee articulation. He's got issues that I am still concerned about. You know, that said, yeah, the toy also has a lot going for it. Yes, I'm going to buy it. Yes, I'm going to review it. Of course I am. I'm just putting it out there in the world. Like, it's, you know, probably the best Hot Shot we've gotten, but definitely not the best it could have been, in my opinion. I do like that we finally have someone confirming that he can do, like, the feet buzzsaws, even if they don't have the buzzsaws sculpted in. Very missed opportunity there. So, yeah, more Hot Shot. Yes, it looks like it's going to be the best one we've ever gotten. We'll see. All right, speaking of in-hand kid appeal Hot Rod characters, let's deal with the original Hot Rod. Well, and I say original very literally. It's Cykill got his hands on the upcoming repaint of the original G1 toy, which is in just spot-on accurate movie colors, and I still love this thing, and I still think this is absolutely genius in the way that a lot of G1 repaints in the future could potentially go, which would make me very, very happy. Yeah, the maroon and the pink work so well here. It definitely invokes the character from the cartoon a lot. I still really like adding that orange paint to the top of the lower legs to kind of separate and differentiate them out from the boots. That's a really good touch. As long as they're trying to make the legs look longer like that, I really wish they would go and take the effort to re-sculpt the leg function so the knees were actually visible. For those who don't know, Hot Rod, G1 Hot Rod, has sculpted knee detail. You can never see it because the slide mechanism stops the legs from coming up high enough in order to see it. Weird little fact, you'd have to disassemble one to notice. But yeah, it just looks super cool. I love the attention to detail on this one, right down to those little shoulder pieces being painted. It looks so nice. So, like, I'm really looking forward to getting that in hand. Even though it's a toy I've literally owned my whole life, I love the spin on it. Absolutely love the spin on it. Why couldn't we get a current one? Why couldn't a modern one get that color scheme? All right, we've got another Rise of the Beast toy we can talk about. Probably should have mentioned this one earlier because I try to keep some kind of flow to it, but this is going to break the flow no matter what we do. Mask! Not the mighty power that could save the day. No, it is a transforming mask for Optimus Primal. We saw early looks of this. We saw the instructions, but now we have the box image of it and a much better look at the thing. Yeah, so this also comes with a picture of Primal in his beast mode for the movie. Looking enough like a gorilla that I think you could confuse a real gorilla, but you definitely look like you've lost some skin here and there. But, you know, so it's okay, they're going to look cool. They're going to look cool. They're going to look kind of cybernetic. All right, that's fine. I think I've seen so many people memeing on this mask. And this big frowny face that they've gone for on the sculpt. This is still one of the weirdest ideas. Like, they do the face mask toys all the time, but I guess this is their way of trying to create some fun spin on it so it actually fits in with the toy line rather than looking like something that should be sold at Spirit Halloween. For whatever reason they're doing it, it's interesting. I will say that. At the very least, it is interesting. I mean, it's not a bad idea. Definitely gives you more reason to buy it. I'll buy one out of curiosity, this one or Bumblebee. It's just such a weird idea. I'm going to transform this robot and put it on my face now. You know, we have kids who grew up with Optimus Prime wanting faces, and now you yourself will want this face and take the face off yourself and turn it into a robot. It's weird. Speaking of the cast, though, I love how we always get these super scuffed looks at upcoming movie characters through really weird ways. Like, I want to say, like, a pack of kids' underwear revealed designs for one of the upcoming movies or cartoons before anyone else did. It's bizarre how marketing works, and somehow, somewhere, someone got their hands on a mug for Rise of the Beast, which actually shows off the Beast cast in Beast mode. We have the Primal again. We have an Airazor that we can't really see. It's not really well shown here in the mug. The two biggest takeaways are the two we haven't seen anything of so far as physical items. Rhinox on the left, who is looking about as smooth as I've ever seen a rhino look. And then Cheetor over on the right, who is strangely Beast Machines invocative. It's a little bit weird. So this is definitely an interesting way of seeing them for the first time. Not the best way, don't get me wrong. Like, this is very rough around the edges, but it is fun. I think it's fun when things leak like this, because it's so unexpected. Alright, and speaking of things getting out, we have this up in Canada. Earthspark has officially launched. People can actually find it. Not only has it launched, you have this massive cardboard display showing off all of the toys. That's when you know that they're going all out on a new series, is when they have their own dedicated display for the stores all ready to go. You know, you get your one-steps, your warriors, your deluxes are on the left. There's all your one-step changers on the right. It's super cool. Like, I don't think I'm going to get to see this at my little rinky-dink Walmarts, but it's cool that it shows Hasbro putting in a lot of effort into making this as big of a deal as they possibly can right off the bat. So I'm still super looking forward to this toy line. I've really liked the show, and I've really liked a lot of what I've seen out of the toys. So this is interesting. I want to see more of this. All right, and we are going to see more of this because we have new computer listings for not only Earthspark, but a little bit of Buzzworthy too. So as it turns out, we've got deluxes coming for Grimlock and Starscream. Now, we saw the back of the deluxe mode packaging that already showed that off, so we pretty much expected that we are going to get those toys down the line. Starscream, I hope, is a new take on the Seeker mold rather than just a repaint or a retooling of the previous deluxe. And then Grimlock, I'm really hoping, is not just a retool. I can see that happening if Grimlock is not in the show, because it doesn't seem like he is. He's not in any cast list or anything. But we'll see. But the big thing here is Bumblebee Gen Legacy Multi-Pack, which is another Buzzworthy Bumblebee Multi-Pack exclusive to Target. Man, they really love the multi-packs. They really love the multi-packs in Buzzworthy, which is weird to me because like the last one seemed to shelf warm so bad after the first one was nigh impossible to find. So out of this one, everyone is kind of speculating what can it be this time. Is it going to be well, the price point indicates it's probably going to be either 4 deluxes again, which is probably the most likely scenario. I could also see the price point working for 1 Voyager and 2 deluxes, but that's just me. Who knows? No one knows. So all we can do right now is speculate. What molds have obscure repaints and retools that we can't really do any other way? You know, what versions of Bumblebee have we not made yet? Because it seems like that's a requirement in these multi-packs. We have to do some kind of take on the Bumblebee or Cliffjumper Earthrise mold. So, fingers crossed for your favorite characters and their super obscure repaints because, hey, we got another shot at them coming. We will see. You'll see what we have in store. All right. On to our oddities for the week. So, we have Spainters. Spainters Collective has released the images of these beautiful Transformer screen prints, which form this amazing battle scene if you have all 4 together, if we take closer looks. So we've got Chromia and Elita 1 taking cover there while Bumblebee stands and just takes shots. Bumblebee is scuffed up. He is just taking explosions left and right. He is unarmed, no shield, and just kind of walking straight into it. He's about to get jumped by someone in the background, too. So this is not a good day for Bumblebee. Brave, but not the smartest of tactics, I feel. But he's backed up by Optimus Prime, of course, who is, at least armed. He's taking some hits too, but he's at least got a weapon behind him. Soundwave's sneaking up on him, and there's somebody's crushed under the rubble there. This has been a pretty intense fight from all appearances. Megatron is ready for Prime. No shots coming at him. Apparently we're not really firing on the leader of the Decepticons today. He's got his Energon Flail out, which is rare to actually see someone re-include that Energon Flail. Prime gets his axe all the time. I think people forget Megatron had an Energon weapon as well. And then Starscream in the back doing the majority of the blasting. He looks pretty large. Like they're doing a perspective thing that's a little bit weird. But yeah, it's actually weird. Like on the Autobot side, there's characters creeping up in the background. There's characters either crushed or taking cover in the bottom. Not really seeing that on the Decepticon side. I was expecting like a little bit in the sky, maybe the other Seekers behind Starscream. It's a little bit of an odd choice. Regardless, though, looks like you also have the logo version that is all one piece, all together, black and white Transformer logo in the back. Yeah, super cool piece if you've got the room to display all of it, or if you're like me and you've got a toy store wall space that needs decorating. Not that I'm going to do that for the store, but, we'll see. Still, super cool. All right. We also have another reveal from Segway. This is their Bumblebee Gokart Pro. I didn't even know Segway made go-karts until they announced these things. The actual go-kart, okay, 5 miles for safety, regular sports, race mode, 23 mile per hour in race mode. Okay, all right, not bad. Yeah, so it's just showing off go-kart stuff. I'm sure a go-kart enthusiast would love to know all about this, but to me, yeah, it's just a pre-built go-kart. Yay. It's also just, it's a Bumblebee branded go-kart in that it's black and yellow, which I never like when they do things like that. It just feels like they took their stock go-kart design and just made it yellow and black and stamped some logos on it. And I wish things like this, I wish I felt like I was driving something that Bumblebee would potentially turn into, I wish they actually, redesigned the shape. I know it wouldn't make it a competitive go-kart anymore, but still, I feel like there's a missed opportunity here. I feel like it's just cheap branding to raise the price is what I feel like. And finally, we have probably the oddest news of the day. It's technically not Transformer, but I got to cover it because everyone would mention it if I didn't actually talk about it. So we actually have to throw this in. So if you saw the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, you got a cameo from Cykill, who then proceeds to get beaten up by Drax because apparently a GoBot killed his cousin, which they even drop the name GoBot in the episode. It is the most surreal thing. Do we have a shot of... Yeah. There is Drax on the streets of New York. I think New York? I haven't seen the special yet. I don't know where it takes place. But yeah, there he is punching out Cykill. Yeah, Mantis, you need to babysit a little bit better, I feel. It's kind of amazing. It's kind of amazing. So apparently GoBots are canonical in the Marvel universe. I wouldn't have called that. It's a funny thing, and it's another example of Cykill getting clowned. Pity the GoBots. All right, that is going to do it for me. That is all of your news that is worth newsing on this day. Thank you guys for joining me. As always, I've got more videos coming up. It's going to be a very busy December. If you missed my announcement yesterday, because I know channel updates are not interesting videos, all through December, we are doing a micro video series with advent calendars. And once you see the theme of the advent calendars, you're going to be interested. But once you see the gimmick, once you see the twist, I think that's when you're really going to be excited for what we got coming up. It's going to be a really fun month with a lot of weird stuff going on. So please look forward to that. And thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time. Guys, I am facing the most powerful enemy any YouTuber can face, the algorithm, and I need your help to defeat him. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. Every time you do, we attack that algorithm and we drive it back until it can no longer defeat this channel. Thank you very much.